community called Hammock. Lies about 3 miles inland from the big house. It's a tiny community of 434 acres, wandering path, big trees, wooden houses, and trailers. About 70 permanent residents, all African American, including myself and my family, plus additional folks who return for vacations or weekends. What you see is now how it was when I was growing up. Back in my youth, in the 1940s and 50s, we had 5 Geechee communities on Sapelo and more than 450 people. Today we have 1 community left and fewer than 70 people, and I fear for the survival of my people on this island. We have very little land of our own left. Our young leave to go to the mainland and our old die. This pattern is repeated throughout the Sea Islands, except on that on most islands, Geechee and Gullah people have been squeezed out as developers have rushed in. On Sapelo, the situation is different, but the results have been the same. Our 1 remaining community basically is plopped down in the middle of a giant state-owned nature preserve. When I was growing up, the Geechee and Gullah people were thought to be peculiar people with funny ways. Today, as our presence on these islands shrinks and our custom fade, folklorists, linguists, anthropologists are taking a second look at us like, hold it now. Maybe they retain something special, something that black people in New York, Chicago, or San Francisco weren't able to. Because we stayed right here in the Sea Islands where we were more isolated and where we were in the majority until the past few decades, we were able to keep alive more of our connections to Africa. At age 55, I am the last generation to grow up with all the old Geechee ways. Our customs and traditions started fading in the mid-1950s when the outside world began crashing in. But I can tell you of our lives before that, how in my early childhood we watched the animals for food, the bad luck signs, we believed in the healing properties of the earth and all forms of the supernatural. We believe in God, Dr. Buzzard, and the Bolito Man. A few years ago, I was sitting in church and the minister said, as he always does at the close of service, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And I opened my mouth and add, and Dr. Buzzard and the Bolito Man too. Everybody around me cracked up. They knew just what I meant, because while people my age and older grew up praying to God, we also believe in Dr. Buzzard, the root doctor, whom people other places call the Voodoo Man. A lot of us played Bolito, the numbers racket. We saw no conflict in that at all, because we figured we needed a little extra luck. My ancestors didn't have a written language. They passed down everything through stories, and stories made you laugh, yes, but they also made you think. This is what I want to do for you also. When I tell you about the strength of our elders, our views and everything from birth to death and the hereafter, and how I came to fare for my people, I'm telling you about who we were and are as a people. I want to hold up our custom and tradition for you to see one at a time. And if each is a bright piece of fabric that I was stitched into a warm Geechee quilt, you can look at it and say, those Geechee people really did have a different way of living and believing over there. I am a storyteller, and my tale is for people to, so private, our story has never been told before. I tell it now for my people in hopes it will create a new beginning on this island, a shining day clean, and for people everywhere. You can survive if you believe in yourself and your culture. This is how I remember it. Listen back, lean back and listen. And so begins chapter 1 of Special Gift. Thank you. Now you can ask questions too.
I think that was her. I bet she put you up to that. I know Miss Krista did it.
Now, we are superstitious type people, so we believe in everything. When I grew up, Mom and Papa them said, my grandmother and school teachers too, they said, listen up children, a white man died, leave money, black man died, leave signs. So I said, well, it's time I cash in on those signs. So here it is. We had signs for everything. There was a sign. Nothing you did was without sign. You walked down the road and hit your left toe accidentally, that was a sign of bad luck. You stopped, you put a circle in the middle of the road, put an X in the middle, spinning it, turn counterclockwise, and then go down the road. Now, you know I could have been at least a couple of blocks down the road doing all that stuff. You know, that made you late getting somewhere. But that was one of the signs, so that reversed the bad luck. If it hit your right foot, it's good luck, keep going. I mean, we left-handed get blamed for everything, you know, the sign of the road and everything. And if you're left-handed, you owe the devil one day. I don't owe him anything. I'm left-handed. I paid him a long time ago. That's why I'm holding this mic with the left hand. So I don't owe him anything for that either. We have signs for everything, the crows, the buzzards, and the screech owl also. As nice as they all were, they were the bearer of bad luck. So if they start screeching, especially late in the afternoon or night, and making noise, the one way you can make them shut up is to turn a shoe, an old shoe, upside down in the doorway or behind the door. And that's supposed to make them choke so they can shut up, and then go and get that old shoes, and they go, that darn old owl get on my nerve, I wish they'd shut up. And nobody don't have no bad luck. So they go and get that old shoes and turn it upside down in the doorway, and then the next thing, about a few minutes later, the owl said, okay, that fixed you. And you can't hear no one knows that you again tonight. That's it. The rooster was a bearer of bad luck. If you crowed on your doorstep, it was a sign of bad luck or death. And if you crowed after the normal time, roosters supposed to crow like 5 o'clock in the morning. They ain't got no business crowing 10 o'clock at night. 10 o'clock at night was a sole sign of bad luck. They would tell that rooster to shut up or do something. You might have rooster stew the next day if you didn't shut up. It was a sign of bad luck. Everything was bad luck. I mean, they went searching for bad luck. They never searched for good luck. So they looked for everything that was a sign of bad luck. So that's what it was. So we look for it so much until we just stop looking. And you spend your entire life looking for all the bad luck, stomping your foot, your left hand, and all the sign in the skies, the crows that flies over someone's house is a sign that somebody in that family is going to die, you know, and everything was a sign of death or some bad luck. The snake going the wrong way was bad luck. A black cat to us was good luck now. That was different from you all. You see, black cat crossing paths was bad luck to some people, but there was a black cat crossing paths, and that black cat was good luck. So you can have good luck. You get a new job, do not take lunch to a new job on the first date. Because that means you were too sure of yourself. You might get fired. As soon as you get there, the man can change his mind. So if you get a new job today, do not take lunch. Eat a good breakfast, but don't carry any lunch. You know, you show yourself, I got the job, let me fix my lunch. Don't fix no lunch. Don't even buy any. Because just wait till you get back home that afternoon, have dinner, then you say, I think I got the job. And that way you kind of show yourself. But so don't be so sure. Nothing is definite. And so we have all these little things going around. So that's the screech owl and all the other that goes with it. And we have bad luck things around the neck, you know. My grandmother had a newbie. I was going to bring my newbie today and I forgot. And she had her newbie. She worked her newbie, and her newbie was a sign. I called it, it's like the modern day Ouija board. But we had the newbie, and the newbie was an object. It had a string about so long, and it was an object on the end of it. And my grandma believed that the power of your very being is located in the top of your head, the bottom of your feet, and the palm of your hands. So she would rub her hands together and get it warm, hold the newbie up over it, and ask anything you want to ask, and you watch it. I'm the skeptic, and I want to see if her finger's gonna jump start it, you know, by doing like that. Grandma's finger never moved it. She just hold it steady like that, and then it stop moving over the palm of her hand, either back and forth like that, either round or around a circle. So back and forth means a pendulum, means no, and you go around a circle means yes. She was 99% right most of the time. So it was newbie. So I got a newbie. I don't work it like grandma does, but I have one.
Explain your numbers game to us.
Oh my, you want to play some?
I
Wait a minute now, they still, you know, believe it or not, we have the legal lottery now. So even they have found a way to twist the dreaming and the numbers around to playing the lottery, because that helped them pick the number that they want, you know, in the scratcher. So one way or the other, we locked into that thing, it doesn't matter. So it usually we do it the dream system, or we do it by the frogs. Nobody do frogs anymore. So it's mostly dreams now. So if you dream about something, you dream about your husband next to you right now, you wake up next morning, you know his age. You say, honey, I dreamed about you last night, so I'm gonna play me some numbers. And well, I'm gonna play 62. So you will play 62. But then you back up and you play 26. Then you decide, I better play some single 2 and some single 6 also to be on the safe side. So you play it and you back it up and play it any way you can. Hopefully that number will fall, and most of the time it will. And so, now it's worth more money than when I was growing up, because the dime didn't give you but a little piece, you get a dime piece or a quarter piece, but they're risen up and ranked a little bit. But there's some people still play it. So it's the Bolito Man and the legal lottery versus the legal lottery now. But we still use the dream no matter which one we play. Yes. Anybody else? I see Miss Deborah over there. You want to know something? Okay. That's okay. I'll tell you all in secret. Anybody else have a question? Miss Chrissy. She's not worried now. She's doing it. You're a middleman? Yes. The bearing of the dog. Well, it's an old African custom to bury anything that is afflicted with has to do with the limbs, because they believe that the earth is powerful and the earth can pull out any affliction from your body. So they will bury a person of that afflicted limb or whatsoever, they'll bury it for 3 days and 3 nights. And that's supposed to restore all the strength and health back. It worked on a dog. I don't know whether it worked on a human or not, but it worked on a dog. So it still works on dogs. So they have a thing, used to have a thing called, the dog had the stamper and they get all weak in the back and they couldn't walk or anything. And they will bury the dog past that area in his back for 3 days and 3 nights. And when they take him out on the 3rd day, give him fresh water, lots of food, the dog is happy and healthy and running around as if nothing ever happened to it. It's a proven fact. That's right. That, I can tell that to your vet. It works. That's right, it works. Why? I don't know. It just works. It's simple, kind of scary for the dog.
Scares him if he gets hungry.
But it works. It absolutely works. So any other question? It's a question. I can tell she read a book. And she have all the questions over there. Anybody else? And I do not know how to tell fortune either. So just in case you get to that part in the book, don't ask. My kids think I do, my husband think I do, I don't think I do. So I can't go that far. So don't call and ask what's the lucky number for next week is. I don't know. I have no inkling. But usually when I tell somebody something, it does come up. And the first time I did it was, my son was in the 8th grade over there at school, and he said, I never feel like going back to school. I said, you're too young, you're going back to school, you're not quitting school. And he said, yeah, but all my friends passed and I didn't. I said, well, you shouldn't have been playing in school, so it's your fault. So he went back to school, but then he looked so sad, and I said, when you go back to school, you're going to be in the 9th grade. He said, well, my card said I'm retaining the 8th grade. I said, you will be in the 9th grade. So he came back home after with a big smile on his face. He went to the 9th grade. Well, okay, how did you know that? Did you talk to my teacher? No. You sure you didn't know? So ever since then, he's convinced that I can foretell what's in the future. Because I told him that morning before he went to school that he would be in the 9th grade, and he was. So I've been marked ever since. So beware what you tell your children. So, but anyhow, well, that's it for today. I'm looking at the time, and it's almost 3 o'clock. And if you all want to go with me home, you're welcome. And if not, I'm just going to have to carry him. So, I'll stick with him. I'll take him. Because he's a good cook. So if you come to visit me, he'll cook for you. I'm just going to, you and I will both eat it. He'll cook it, we'll eat it. So he did smoked fish yesterday, that you read about in the book. So he did smoked fish yesterday. So if you pass by him and you smell a little bit like smoked mullet, that's one of the hardest things to get off your body when you smoke it. Because they're everywhere over you, in your nostril, in your ear, in your hair, everywhere. You can't lie to your friends that you didn't have any. Because it sticks with you. So he did some smoked mullet yesterday for a friend. So thank you all, and I had a great time today.
Thank you. few books left. If you'd like an autographed copy, they're still available here.
I would like to buy one.